Welcome, and thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy this video, we invite those of you who haven't yet done so, to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification icon, to be notified when the next one is uploaded. We appreciate all comments, whether positive or negative, because it is very important to ventilate both sides of any issue. All we ask is that you observe the YouTube community guidelines. We'd like to urge those of you who haven't yet done so, to sign our online petition for an inquiry into the BBC and Channel 4's coverage of Lewis Hamilton and Abu Dhabi. A link has been provided in the description. If you are on X, then please repost our tweet. Thank you. For the life of me, I can't understand why a grown man who, by his own admission, has had much worse things happen to him, like real drama and trauma, and for whom the departure of a friend and greatest of all time did not even move the needle, should be getting his knickers in a twist over crazy conspiracies. It does seem rather odd. Sticks and stones and all that jazz. Ever since the GOAT's departure was announced, Toto and Mercedes have been flapping all over the place, feverishly making wildly contradicting statements. In one breath, they apologized for failing him because he was the GOAT, who would be able to win and fight for championships if they could give him a quick car. In another, they said he was struggling because the current generation of cars with their powerful ground effect aerodynamics did not suit his driving style, which he will need to work on. Despite his unsuitable driving style, he would be ahead of his teammate if not for the points he lost because of the strategies that the team adopted to his disadvantage. On multiple occasions, the team failed to tell him about the tyre strategy that his teammate was on, thereby leaving him vulnerable. On one such occasion in Belgium, the team tried to sabotage him by adopting a tyre strategy that they knew would bring his teammate in ahead, but underweight. So, at the first post-race weigh-in, they tried to cheat by leaving some fuel in George's car, which allowed it to make the minimum weight limit of 798 kilograms. But the car should have been weighed without any fuel, so when they were caught out, and all the fuel was drained, George's car came in 1.5 kilograms underweight, and he was promptly disqualified. Now, race leader Sir Lewis pitted one lap after his teammate. So why did Mercedes call the renowned tyre whisperer with the fresher tyres in for a second stop, but leave the other driver with the older tyres out on a one-stop? Well, the answer is simple: bringing the race leader in gives George the chance to take the lead and gain the advantage of the time Sir Lewis lost during the pit stop. Critically, Mercedes then failed to inform Sir Lewis that George had switched to a one-stopper, thereby lulling him into a false sense of security, until it was too late. Had he been promptly informed that George would not be stopping again, he would have gone faster earlier, knowing that he would have had to overtake him on the track. This is an indication of the extent that Mercedes were prepared to go to sabotage Sir Lewis. To top it all off, they spent so much time and resources afterwards, defending and gaslighting what had happened in Belgium, you would have thought the winner was not a Mercedes driver. At the time, we thought they were just so afflicted by LHDS, they could not see how badly they were coming across as bitter, but we now have a deeper understanding of why people like Mercedes, Sky and the BBC go to such extremes to spread misinformation. Lo and behold, 4 months on from Belgium, a Google search throws up all the misinformation that Mercedes and the lamestream media had put out at the time. The truth of the matter, that Mercedes attempted to sabotage Sir Lewis by cheating, can only be found on channels like ours. Yet, one of the false accusations that Toto leveled during his delusional ranting in Qatar was that we were spreading misinformation online. There were many other things that Mercedes did to sabotage Sir Lewis during the season, including but not limited to, failing to keep his tyres at the right temperature, thereby leaving him slow off the mark. This was one of the main accusations leveled in the alleged Mercedes whistleblower's email that went viral back in June, and which Toto attempted to debunk by labeling a conspiracy theory. But wait a minute, isn't it only a crazy person that would spend time and resources trying to debunk a crazy conspiracy theory? Methinks Toto doth protest too much. Toto and Mercedes have been pushing back against the so-called conspiracy theories all season, to no avail. Indeed, the accusations are mushrooming as LHEXIT approaches, and perhaps, just perhaps, he's going loco about it, precisely because they are not conspiracy theories, no matter how much he tries to gaslight by labeling them as such. Why else would he call the police to investigate a conspiracy theory? This gave him the cover of legitimacy and the prominent headline that he needed at the time. But when the police subsequently declined to investigate because there is no justification, there is limited coverage by the lamestream media. Consequently, the misleading police referral dominates the media space and internet searches on the subject matter. So, you can begin to understand why professional gaslighters spend so much time and effort spreading misinformation. But here's the thing, it is ironic that a simple Google search for a fountain of misinformation like Toto Wolff brought up an array of headlines about him calling out what he alleges to be conspiracy theories that have been growing exponentially throughout the season and have mushroomed as LHEXIT beckons. When his lamestream media acolytes, who all season, without any evidence, have been spreading his lies about debunking the so-called conspiracy theories, but are still reporting with one race to go, that he has shut down those crazy made-up conspiracies, you must wonder what they are on. When the people spreading misinformation, including gaslighting Abu Dhabi, are feigning anger because those outside of their bubble aren't lapping up their lies, you must wonder what the world is coming to. When the Mercedes team principal who told the whole world that Abu Dhabi was down to one man's error, is complaining about people spreading misinformation online, you must wonder what type of chronic he's imbibing. When the man who said he had to consider how to inform the sponsors as quickly as possible because the information was leaking, decided to sit on that information which he said had been leaked to him 2 weeks earlier, you must wonder what is true and what is misinformation. How many times does he think he should be allowed to cry wolf before losing any credibility with people outside the lamestream media? This is clearly a man who is so used to speaking to the converted that he has become deluded while basking in the euphoria of autosatisfaction. Forza Ferrari.